Welcome to Extension Network. My name is Brittany Lee, and I'm the University of Georgia Cooperative Extension Director and 4-H agent. And today I have with me some of the staff that work with me every single day.
Colleen Backus, a 4-H program assistant.
And I'm Keaton Hayworth, a 4-H program assistant as well.
So today, our show is going to feature all of our frequently asked questions about 4-H. We get calls all the time. What is 4-H? What can my child do in 4-H? What are some of the activities that you all provide? So today, we are going to tackle some of those frequently asked questions and do our own Q&A session just for you so you can learn more about Cobb County 4-H. So let's get started. Keaton, the question that I always get, and you always get, Colleen and the rest of our staff, the phone calls that Miss Sherry gets up front, what is 4-H and what are some of the things that we do in Cobb 4-H? So, Keaton, what do we do?
All right, so a lot of people think that 4-H is just about agriculture, and that's not all that we are about here. We have a lot of different things here, from public speaking, we do leadership skills, help build your community service skills. We also have different clubs that help you explore some of the different interests that you may have.
That's spot on. So we have lots of things that we offer 4-Hers from kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade, which is great. And that's one of the things that we love about Cobb 4-H. But we even have some specific clubs that can truly spark the interest of our 4-Hers, right? So, Colleen, what are some of the specialty clubs that we offer here in Cobb 4-H for our kids?
So each of our clubs meet monthly, so once a month. Some here on our location at the Extension office, and some meet at locations out within the community. One of our most popular programs is our cooking club, which we collaborate with our Family and Consumer Science department to teach kids how to cook from scratch, as well as on a budget.
True.
Which is important right now. We also have two shooting sports clubs, our archery team, as well as our shotgun team. And those are open for 4th to 12th graders for archery and 6th to 12th graders for shotgun. And our archery team has, the options to also be part of the Kennesaw archery team or archery program. So they not only are 4-Hers, they also get to participate in the community level as well. We also have our Young Farmers Club, which kind of goes along with our agricultural and that ag part of 4-H. But they don't just focus on just the agricultural. They learn animal science, they learn gardening, and it's another fabulous collaboration with the Cobb County Farm Bureau, who helps us with that class.
We love that collaboration.
Yeah, we do. And then our final one is our Clover Buds Club. And this is our club where we get to work with those kids from kindergarten to 3rd grade. Because as you'll find, many of our programs are 4th grade and up. But this is a program geared directly towards kindergartners to 3rd graders. And we actually do 2 programs. We do a homeschool program for students that are homeschooled or within the homeschool community. And then we do an evening program for those students who attend our public school system.
That's awesome. And there's one club, too, that I always get calls about. So, in Keaton, you actually run that club, and that's our Horse and Pony Club. I always get people calling, what can we do? My kid loves horses, but we don't own horses. So, what is a program that we can do, or a club that we have for Horse and Pony?
So like you said, Horse and Pony is not just for people that ride horses, own horses. You can know literally zero about a horse and come to the club and fit in just fine. We have our kids there that come just because they want to learn the basics of horses, and we have kids there that will come and they will connect and try to go more in depth within the club, and that will come in when we do our judging teams within that club.
That's a perfect segue to the next email and question that I always get is they've heard from their friends, what judging team do you have in Cobb? Or what are some competitive events that you do in Cobb 4-H? So these are some of the questions in Q&A that we get from that as well. So what judging teams do we have? We have a wide variety of judging teams, and our judging teams are open to 4th through 12th graders, and we do have some clubs that are more specific to certain age groups. But I'll start with my personal favorite, which is consumer judging. So if you ever want your child to be a smart, savvy shopper, a better consumer, learn to budget and shop on a dime, Consumer judging is the perfect judging team for your child. So we are given 4 consumer products. It could be anything from toothpaste to fast food meals to cereal, and where they are given a scenario. So for example, Colleen, you are always, in the morning trying to get your kids ready for school and you're looking for cereal. Let's say that your kids, what do they like?
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes. So they like sweet cereal.
Sweet cereal.
Very good. So I may have 4 different cereals out there, and my kids like sweet cereals, but as a mom, you want something that's healthy and full of vitamins and minerals. So that may be my scenario. I'm going to place out 4 cereal boxes, and I'm going to put a price, because of course you're going to have a budget, right? We all shop on a budget. And I would put those cereal boxes out, and the kids in consumer judging have to rank those cereals. What's the best cereal for your family, and what's the worst cereal for your family, based off of all those criteria that we talked about. So we do that for consumer judging, and they even have to give reasons and justify why did they place that box of cereal the way that they did. So we will find out soon what our 4 products are. We typically meet in the fall once a week from September until November, and then we go to an area contest. And so we are very fortunate in 2021, our high school 4-Hers truly succeeded. They won at the state contest, and they were able to represent Georgia at the national contest in Denver, Colorado. So some of our kids get to travel and fly and see different places. We went snow tubing, we saw bison out in the wild out in Denver, and they were able to represent Georgia and place 3rd in the nation. So we have lots of opportunities for our kids through these judging teams, and that's just one with consumer judging. But we also have another successful team, which is our horse judging hippology. Keaton, can you tell them about that judging team?
So horse judging and hippology, that's 2 separate judging teams within horse and pony. Horse judging, we're going to actually look at a horse based on breed standards and say, does this horse fit the breed standards? So a lot of people might not know their horse breeds. That's the first thing we would learn there. The breeds, the colors, and then we'll actually look and see, is this horse supposed to match this breed? Yeah, my Clydesdale is going to look different than a pony or a Mustang. So that's what we do in horse judging. Well, in hippology, this is a whole different spectrum where we actually look on the medical stuff. We're going to do their anatomy, their skeletal system. We're going to do the healthy parts of a horse. Are we feeding it the right food? Is this the right fencing for a horse to live in? So that's going more in depth into the horse stuff. A lot of our kids who want to be a vet one day, they love doing this club or this judging team because it's going to give them more information about the horse. And while Brittany's team went to Denver, Colorado in 2021, so did the horse judging team, and they placed 2nd in the nation. Whereas my hippology team this year, they placed first at state, so they'll be going back to Denver in January of 2024.
Fantastic. So that's one of our animal science ones. So all of our kids that are in the horse and pony club, or even if you're not in horse and pony and you're interested, you could do horse judging and hippology. Now our newest judging team, I love this one, and this is one that Colleen coaches, is our Life Smarts team. Can you tell everybody what is Life Smarts and what is this judging team?
So Life Smarts, we like to say, are you life smart? It's our Adulting 101 judging team. So we have a lot of fun doing like quiz bowl style games and activities. We do Pictionary, almost like trivia games, to learn how to be a better adult. So it's in coordination with the National Consumer League. So we're learning things about health and safety, technology, social media. We're learning financial information, things like mortgages and insurance, rent, things that as we grow and mature through junior high and high school, the things that will make us a better adult or help us maybe make some better decisions as we become an adult.
Right, that makes sense. So what grade levels can work with Life Smarts?
So we have 6th through 12th graders.
Okay.
And our 6th through 8th graders, they get to participate here within the state. And we do travel. If we reach our goals and our scores, we get invited to the state competition. Our 9th to 12th graders, they also get the opportunity to do state competition. However, if they win at state competition, they then have the opportunity to represent the state of Georgia in national competition.
Fantastic.
And we luckily this year, even though it was our first year, We were able to secure a wild card, and we were able to travel to nationals with our senior team this year. We went to Cincinnati in April, and they placed 5th in the nation.
That is incredible. So proud of our Life
Yeah.
Smarts team. They did a great job. And our last judging team that kind of rounds out our year, it's typically in the spring and towards the end of the school year, is our wildlife judging team. And Keaton, you've coached that team for the past 2 years. Can you tell us, so we do get questions, my kid loves animals, things like that. What is the wildlife judging team?
So wildlife judging is going to be learning about the wildlife in Georgia specifically. So there are a lot of different animals in Georgia, some that you know about, white-tailed deer, most people know about, but there are a lot of different things that kids don't know about. So we learn about what those animals like to eat, where they live, and then we try to make a habitat that would be perfect for them. So we'll go outside and you might get this area and say, what kind of animal can live here? Or you might get an animal and say, I get a gopher tortoise, and you're going to say, how can I make this habitat suitable for the gopher tortoise? So you can have a variety of different ways to do the wildlife judging team. It just depends on what we're doing at the competition, but you learn everything in and out of all your animals in Georgia.
Sounds like a lot of fun. So parents, if you are interested in any of these judging teams, you can always contact our office. But that just kind of gives you an overview of what we do for our judging teams. If you come to our office anytime between September and May, we are practicing at some point for one of these judging teams that we talked about today. So let's hit the next question that I typically get, because this is one of our largest programs in Georgia 4-H, not just in Cobb, is our Project Achievement program. So ladies, Project Achievement, that's one of our biggest projects that we work on all year. Colleen, so when you have a parent called and say, because we get this email and phone call all the time, what's Project Achievement? What do you normally say when you answer those parents?
So Project Achievement is a public speaking competition. However, it's kind of a little different than just getting up and having to speak on a topic. Students get to choose a topic that they are interested in. Mm-hmm. So if your child's interested in dogs, they can talk about dogs or dog training. If they're interested in engineering, they can do engineering or computer science. We've had students even talk about medical information and health information. So any topic they come up with, they could speak about. So typically our 4th to 6th graders, they'll start here in Cobb County with our county competition, and they can just directly register with us for that. And they just choose a topic and come up with a 3 to 4 minute presentation about that topic. We then though have our 7th through 12th graders, and theirs is a 2-part system. So they start in August with what is called a portfolio, and it kind of mimics a resume, where they're going to highlight on this portfolio all of the things they've accomplished throughout the last year related to what they're going to be speaking about.
And that can get them ready for the workforce,
It gets
for
them ready.
jobs. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's been very helpful, we found, with our 12th graders moving on to college and doing their college essays and preparing for admissions. So it helps them prepare for all of those things in the future. Once they complete the portfolio, then they're going to come up with a project presentation and a speech, which goes anywhere from 7 to 12 minutes. So Project Achievement is a great way for these kids to get over that fear of public speaking and kind of get comfortable with being in a group.
That's true. And public speaking is the #1 fear of most adults. So I love that we are able to provide the Project Achievement program to help these kids, like you said, not have that fear of public speaking, all while having fun. For our 7th through 12th graders, you can't beat a free weekend at Rock Eagle, can you? Which is one of our 4-H centers, which is perfect. And that kind of leads right next to our next question, which is all about summer camp. So summer camp, audience, is one of the best parts of 4-H. We have summer camping opportunities for kids as young as 4th grade. That's where we start for summer camp, all the way up to 12th grade. So we'll talk a little bit about some of our summer camping opportunities. So starting with our 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, we have our Cloverleaf Camp at Rock Eagle. And Rock Eagle is the largest 4-H center in the world. We pride ourselves in Georgia 4-H to having this fantastic facility. Has a 110-acre lake. We have the Rock Eagle Effigy Mound, which is a historic site here in Georgia, and it was built during the Mississippian mound builder period by the Native Americans in the state of Georgia. And so that's always really unique for us to be able to not only learn about the history of Rock Eagle, but we have our 4-H center right there too. And so these kids go there, they spend the week. We have 2 pools, canoeing, archery. Gosh, y'all, what else do we have at Rock Eagle?
Can't forget about sailing.
Sailing.
I know.
That is true, right?
Everyone's favorite.
On that 110-acre lake. And so
hiking.
Hiking, right? Very good. We hike to the Rock Eagle Mound.
Well, and
Like
everyone's
wet games.
favorite thing is getting a slushie at Rock.
That is very true. You can't beat that Rock Eagle slushie. My personal favorite is the blue icy from Rock Eagle. I will definitely be checking that out when we go to camp. But that's for our 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. Now, for those of you who are wondering, what can my middle schoolers do for summer camp? Lots of opportunities for them. So, Wilderness Challenge Camp, we'll start there. So that's for our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. But the key is you have to be 12 by the start of camp. So if you have that camper who loves the outdoors, loves the wilderness, because this camp is in Dahlonega up in the North Georgia mountains, then this is the camp for them. So what are some of the things they get to do at Wilderness Challenge Camp?
Whitewater rafting.
They love that.
The best.
Yep.
I tell you, in the week, and it's so great to go whitewater rafting at the end of the week after you've been hot and been outside, and you're just like, this is perfect. So
Yes.
just end my week and I'm ready to go home.
Exactly. They also have high ropes. So there's the zip line, the flying squirrel, which is my personal favorite high ropes activity. They have the climbing wall. But the thing that I love most about Wasiga, which is so peaceful, is the falls. So they have running waterfalls. The kids can play in the creek at the bottom of the falls, but they can also hike to the top of the falls, which is a lot of fun. But so much fun for our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders at Wilderness Challenge Camp. Now, what about for our budding marine biologists? What camp do we have for them?
We have 2 beach camps.
That is true.
So we get the opportunity to go to Tybee Island, to Burton, or we also get that opportunity every few years to go to Jekyll Island.
Yes. So if your kids love the beach, especially your middle schoolers, beach camp is for them. So we have Marine Resources Camp. So that's for those kids who absolutely, they want to be marine biologists. They love studying coastal ecology. So they'll take beach ecology. They get to dissect a shark or squid. They do a marsh trawl. They get to go out into the marsh on the Georgia Barrier Islands down there. And of course, you can't go to camp and not go to the beach, right?
Right.
Go to the beach every
Every
single
day.
day. That's always a highlight for our kids at Marine Resource Camp. And then, like you said, junior camp could be at Jekyll. Hopefully that's where we're going to be next
Hopefully.
year, be at the beach. And then every other year it could also be at Fortson 4-H Center, which is our Atlanta camp. So it's near the Atlanta Motor Speedway. They get to go to Stone Mountain. They get to tour the Speedway, which is really neat because that's right here in Metro Atlanta, but that's one of those things that you don't ever go to places like that when you live in the area. So the kids always have a ton of fun with that. And high schoolers, don't worry, we have not forgotten about you. So we do have 2 camps for our high schoolers. And so we have our senior extreme camp. Colleen, can you tell us? We always get that question.
We always get, what is senior extreme?
Versus senior
Let's
camp.
see. Senior extreme, you are tent camping. You are in the woods up near Rock Eagle. You are in tents. You are cooking your food over the campfire. You are going fishing. They do some off-campus kind of excursions, so they do get to go kayaking, and so usually sometimes to the water park for an extra day of fun. But most of it, you are doing all of the tasks and setting everything up in the woods to camp.
Right. So if you like extreme tent camping, the kids absolutely love it. Senior extreme camp is for you, 9th through 12th graders for that. So that's senior extreme, but we always get that phone call. So my kid is not really into tent camping, which I understand. It's not for everybody. So we also have senior camp. And so senior camp, that is just our traditional camp. They go to Rock Eagle, they get to go swimming, they get to take classes. I know this summer they've had some STEM-based classes, which were a lot of fun. They have the zip line and the climbing wall. They get to go canoeing. So it's just your traditional camp. You're in a cabin. You're in a cabin, you're not tent camping, but we have opportunities for everyone, and that is the best part of Cobb 4-H and the Georgia 4-H camping program is we have something for everyone. So the best time to check us out, parents, for summer camp, come to our office or call our office in January. No, it's hard to think when it is 45 degrees outside about summer camp, but that is actually when we start doing our brochures, registration, paperwork is out at that point, but also we do provide some scholarships. So if you're interested in finding out more about our camp scholarships, check us out in January. Camp registration always opens the first Monday in February. So that's always another question that we get typically from parents about summer camp and when does that start. And so last but not least, one of the questions that we always get is, I heard that y'all go into the schools and you have 4-H there. We do. We do have a partnership with Cobb County School District and Marietta City Schools where we go into the schools. So Keaton, when you have a parent call and say, hey, I heard that there's 4-H in school, what is that? Can you tell us a little bit about our in-school 4-H club meetings?
So we do go to schools, but unfortunately, since there's not that many of us here, we're only able to go to a portion of the 5th grade classes. So we go in and we actually teach the science curriculum that they're teaching there in their classroom as well. So like if your child is in 5th grade and they are learning plant animal classification, we go in and provide an extra hands-on activity in the classroom. And we also, that's where we start talking about our public speaking there as well. So we give children the opportunities. We don't force any of the kids to do it.
Right.
And let them pick if they want to do a public speaking competition or if they want to sit here and just talk in front of us about something for maybe a minute. I've had kids talk about Squishmallows. They talk about their family. They talk about their favorite game. Just something to get them in front of the class and start that public speaking. And that's what we'll introduce them to the contest like Colleen was talking about, where they have to go a little bit more in depth and try to talk for about 3 minutes. But this just gives them that introduction, and they really enjoy when we come and hand out candy after they talk in front of the class.
Yes.
And we give them that extra hands-on activity that they're not able to get in the classroom.
That is very true. So what would you say, Colleen and Keaton, what is your favorite hands-on science lesson that we do in the classroom?
I think it's microorganisms for me.
Yes.
Where we talk about the poison pump and the contaminated water. So I think that's probably seeing the kids do that and think through the critical thinking skills
Yes.
that they get from that activity.
Keaton, what's yours?
I will say, while this one might be a little messy, I know the kids love it so much. It's where we teach them about erosion and deposition, and we actually provide a sandbox and we let them build a beach town, and then we provide air cans and they get to destroy it by being a hurricane. And it is messy. I always have sand everywhere, but that's the kids' favorite thing because that is so hands-on. You don't get to do that at school all the time. Get those messy activities, but we always make sure we clean up. So teachers, if you're out there, don't worry. We do clean up after ourselves so we don't leave all that sand in your classroom.
And I love that. They absolutely love that lesson. It's so hands-on and they're truly able to see the erosion and the deposition, and it's hitting those educational standards that the Department of Education has set out. I think for me, my favorite is probably inherited traits, where they're learning about, you know, who has detached or attached earlobes, or, you know, who has red hair versus brown or black hair, and just learning about that, you know, their genetics and how that all works. So that's one of my favorite lessons personally. So we absolutely love our partnership with the Cobb County School District and Marietta City Schools. So call us at the Extension office. You can check out our website and see, hey, is 4-H at my child's school? And if it's not, don't worry. We have a monthly meeting that we meet here every month from September to May. We meet the first Tuesday of every month from 6:30 to 8 p.m. and this is open to all 4th through 12th graders, and that's called our county council. So that's our monthly general club meeting. It's led by our officer team. Don't we have a great set of officers that do that? They plan all of the activities. We have different stations and games. We do community service. So if your child doesn't have 4-H at their school, that does not mean they can't be in 4-H. That's always a question that I get. So come to our county council, kicking off in September. It's always that Tuesday after Labor Day here at the Cobb County Extension office, and it's a lot of fun. So we hope that your kids will join us there if we don't have 4-H at their schools. Now, That's all about the kids, which that's what we do, Cobb 4-H. But we do have some special programs just for our parents. So we're going to cut to a quick break. And when we come back, Miss Sherry Gordon, she's our fiscal technician, but a long-time extension employee. And she will talk all about Meeting Of the Moms, which is a specialty program just for our 4-H parents. We'll be right back.
This summer, I'm going to Rock Eagle 4-H camp. I'll get to go swimming. I'll do archery. I'll go canoeing. I'll go sailing. I will learn about conservation. I'll get messy. I'll go ziplining. I'll make some new friends. I'll meet some awesome counselors.
Oh, you think I'm awesome?
There's so much to do at Rock Eagle. But no matter what I do, I know 100%, without a doubt, totally guaranteed, that I'll have a blast. I'll have a blast. I'll have a blast.
Welcome back to the Extension Network. So here with me today, I have Miss Sherry Gordon. She is our fiscal technician and longtime Extension employee. She actually used to work in the 4-H department when she started here. So Miss Sherry, I was just telling them all about how we do our 4-H programs, but we have a program just for some parents too. Can you tell them all about what's this Meeting of the Moms and when's our next Meeting of the Moms?
Yeah, so meeting of the minds, we're talking about Meeting of the Moms. And Meeting of the Moms is a program and a group that we're establishing for moms to just entertain themselves with engaging with other moms, getting great ideas and advice, being able to share and be encouraged and enlightened as they, move through motherhood. There are so many things that happen. We as women and moms are vital to the existence of our children. School is getting ready to get started. There's so many things that we have to get involved with making sure that they're prepared. And in the midst of it, a lot of overwhelm can also happen.
It's true.
So we're looking at bridging the gap and bringing some opportunities in for moms to just come in and just share, build a healthy network, build lasting friendships, and also receive empowerment and encouragement to keep on doing what they're doing. And we're going to have great sessions on self-care.
I'm excited about that. As a mama, I know I will definitely be stopping
You better
in.
come on.
I will. So, Ms. Sherry, when is our first Meeting of the Moms for this school year?
Our first Meeting of the Moms will be on July the 27th, starting at 6 o'clock. It's from 6 o'clock to 7:30, so it's just a little hour and a half. And it's for moms only. Let me emphasize that, moms only. It's a time for moms to come and just share and get some time in. And we'll be able to, give them a little refreshments and send them on their way to be renewed and get ready for this upcoming school year.
That's perfect. So you can check out the flyer that is on our screen to learn more about registration for our Meeting of the Moms.
Come on out.
Yes, it's going to be so much fun.
Yes.
So you've heard a lot today about our Cobb County 4-H program. We are so excited to kick off the 2023-2024 school year. So now that we have told you all about the opportunities that we have for your kindergarten through 12th grader, how do you get signed up? That is always a frequently asked question that we get.
All the time.
How do I sign my kid up for 4-H? Or I've heard all these great activities. What's next? So we would like to invite all of you to join us at our Cobb County 4-H open house. That is going to be on Thursday, August the 17th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we're actually going to break up the times a little bit. So if you have a kindergartner through 5th grader, we invite you to come from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. so that we can speak more to you about the opportunities available for your kindergarten through 5th grader. That is here at the Cobb County Extension Office, so from 5 to 6. From 6 to 7 p.m., that is for our 6th through 12th graders. So you can come on out and learn about the specialty clubs and 4-H activities and opportunities that we have for your child. And then from 7 to 8, that is open to everyone. It's for all ages, no matter if you have a kindergartner or a 12th grader. So you can learn more about the opportunities in Cobb 4-H. So again, Thursday, August 17th, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. You can check out the flyer on our screen. And it'll also be held again at the Extension office, and that's located at 678 South Cobb Drive, Marietta, Georgia, 30060. If you ever have any questions about 4-H or UGA Extension, we offer our ag department here. We do soil samples and lawn care questions. And our family consumer science department, we do canning and cooking and health and nutrition programs. You can always reach out by calling us at 770-528-4070. And you can also check out our website at all times, and that website is www.ugaextension.org/Cobb. Well, we have had a great session today. Thank you so much for sharing about Meeting of the Moms. And it was fun talking with Colleen and Keaton. Just to do those questions and answer sessions. We get calls all the time.
All the time.
So hopefully this was able to help our Cobb County residents learn more about what we do in Cobb 4-H.
We're looking forward to see them come in.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
So until next time, we'll see you on the Cobb Extension Network.